Truce, ain't no dub, ain't no L on my coupe. Only winning is exception on my coupe. Yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah. When I hit that, okay, yeah, yeah. When I hit that.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. He's got a 1st down past the 30. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
This is Ingram on the 1st and 10. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And one of the things that makes this play so difficult to defend is that it has so many options to it, and the quarterback has to go through them and fast. Do you hand it off inside? Do you keep it yourself? Do you pitch it to a trailing back? On this play, it's hard to say that he made the right decision because that play was swallowed up for no gain.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out it's not the case.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. On 1st down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. But you might remember Nick Chubb, he had a heck of a game last year in Week 4 in what turned out to be a 40-25 Browns win over these Ravens. He finished with 165 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Of course, never fear for the Ravens, though. After that loss, they went on a run. They would win their next 12 in a row to finish the regular season at 14-2. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game. But this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mayfield down. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. 1st down, Cleveland, Mayfield to Beckham.
A gain of 9 yards.
And there's a good catch by Odell Beckham Jr. And in 2019, even though it was one of the least productive seasons of his career, he was still a 1,000-yard receiver for the 5th time. Also caught the longest reception of his career as well. An 89-yard touchdown against the Jets on a Monday night. Explosive is Odell Beckham Jr.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
A gain of 50 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he stopped immediately there.
Nick Chubb.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
There on the
quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level. It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Now Mayfield lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Seibert's kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They go play action with Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
They go play action now. Jackson, he uncorks it for Snead. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
2-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Now Chubb on 1st down, able to work his way forward for about 5.
He was brought down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And some room to maneuver. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position, to be in the right spot, as he was there, to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st down.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Going deep here to Landry. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 15. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. This time Jackson will throw it. They set up the screen for Dobbins. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And now look at him go.
You'll get nothing.
All the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. His 1st NFL reception goes for 6. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
13. Browns 3. Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
And that's a sight familiar to Ravens fans. Matthew Judon, a 2019 Pro Bowler, he led the Ravens with a career-high 9.5 sacks in 2019.
And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Now Jackson. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
Throwing again. Jackson. On the crossing route, complete. It's Andrews. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
6-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never got a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Jarvis Landry, Pro Bowl wideout, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, Mayfield going deep here for Landry. And that'll be incomplete. Mayfield took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
A gain of 10.
And there's a completion to Austin Hooper. What a big-time acquisition for this offense in Cleveland. Came from Atlanta as a 2-time Pro Bowler. Had nearly 800 yards in receptions and 6 touchdowns last year. And he spends a lot of time with his quarterback in order for them to get on the same page on every snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
A gain of 1.
They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
Good shot.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
22-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. Room here to run. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
On first down, Ingram. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 25 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
Point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's got Hooper on the short connection. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
He finds Beckham complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, Cleveland. 71 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Ingram again. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. He was the good run on 1st down, followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
10 yards on the pickup.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Landry, incomplete.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Formation for the Browns.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chuck Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. And that'll set him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. To throw, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
It's a gain of 40.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The Browns on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Mayfield looks to throw. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Watch the run,
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
And 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete.
Complete.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now Mayfield.
32-yard line.
Caught left side, it's Beckham.
Mayfield's pass.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st down, Cleveland.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he completes it to Hunt. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Complete.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
And the Browns 1st down.
Mayfield now from the 50. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield.
It's a turnover on down.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
PJ, good
credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 49-yard line.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
It's 4th down.
Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. End up getting buried in the backfield.
Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Mayfield on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt.
Mayfield's pass.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Today's final score. Ravens.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?